Try and keep the trousers on. I think you should know you're his favorite worst nightmare. Desperately trying to.
So how are we introing this again?
I'm just starting it off and introducing us.
Okay.
Ourselves. Welcome back to yet another episode of Favorite Worst Podcast.
Worst podcast. Favorite with a U.
Yes, the English version.
When I was creating the TikTok page and YouTube page, I spelled worst with a U because I thought that there was a U in one of the words.
Just every word where they have an O, they gotta follow it with a U.
U. Yeah. So.
Nice one, Adam.
That took some rewriting. Some editing.
Well, yeah, live from Chicago. My name is Matt.
And I am Adam. And we're going to do this thing. This is episode 2. Wow, we're getting... And look at this!
And we have a new poster for you.
From unquestionably the best Arctic Monkeys album. We all agree. Everyone agrees that's an Arctic Monkeys fan.
At least that's what Adam says.
Right.
And the framing is perfectly British because it cuts off the F and all you have is Favorite Worst Nightmare.
Favorite Worst Nightmare. Favorite Worst Podcast.
What's going on in these windows here? This is that SP catcher thing for the microphone, right?
Yeah, and then this reminds me of like an old internet cartoon. I don't know if that's what that is.
Salad Fingers is what it looks like. Is that what you're thinking
I
of?
don't know what Salad Fingers
It's
is.
one of those old creepy cartoons. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Oh yeah, it look like skulls.
It's almost like a Jack Skeleton thing.
Some sweet painting, and then I think it continues on up there. Sweet. Just some funky house party going on.
Yeah, we're going to do an episode breaking this down and actually do some research on it, because I'm sure people have figured it out by now.
That's a good idea. Breaking down the covers of the album.
This album came out in, what, 06, 07? 07 probably?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but today we're going to be talking about the beginnings of the band. The very, very cool beginnings.
The coolest of humble beginnings.
Yeah, I didn't even know about like the early EPs and stuff like that until you brought it up to me, actually.
Like Beneath the Boardwalk, as they call it.
Beneath the Boardwalk. Yeah, that's not even. You were telling me that's not even an official name, right?
Well, it's not what they named it, but it like became the name because they were like selling their CDs at their gigs, and I think one of the bars was called the Boardwalk or something.
Mm.
And then everybody who bought these CDs were just putting their music online and it was just blowing up.
And that was like in 04, right?
Yeah.
03, 04,
Yeah.
when they first started.
Way before, the first official 2006 album.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what? Like, I was talking to you about this before we started recording. Is that I feel like that the UK in the early 2000s was just so damn cool. But maybe, I guess I feel like that also about the US at the same time. But I think it's just because you're aspiring to be an adult when you're a kid, maybe. But
yeah. What was going on in the UK?
Well, you think about it, because it's like you had the Arctic Monkeys came out. Block Party was already strutting their stuff. They were already big by this time, I believe, by like 05. And then the Kooks at the same time. We could do a whole episode on that because I listened to an interview with the singer from the Kooks. Can't remember his name, but I'll put it here. He was talking about how fortunate they were that Arctic Monkeys came out with that album at the same time, and it was bigger than theirs was. But they were both like really big albums, especially for debuts.
Wow.
And they were like, so they didn't have all the crazy fandom and like right away that the Monkeys had. So there was like a more calmer release to it, but it was still successful, just not as crazy as whoever people say I am.
Who would you say is a bigger band in the U.S., the Kooks or Arctic Monkeys?
Arctic Monkeys for sure.
Arctic Monkeys now, for sure. Now that, ever since AM and on, I would say. But earlier, I would think the Kooks, back when they were like, Ooh La.
Ooh La La was huge and was big here. And also, I feel like the Kooks have had songs in video games and stuff.
Yeah, like Probably like BMX games or something like that.
That's also something we could talk about. FIFA, the soundtracks to FIFA are like a big thing, not just in the UK, in the US as well for people who play FIFA. And the Arctic Monkeys, to my knowledge, have never been on, but
That's an atrocity.
the Kooks have definitely have.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right.
I think Eddie's Gun, if you know that song, is on one of the FIFAs.
Oh. No.
Did you see the way she looked at me?
I don't know that one. It's a Kooks, huh?
Yeah, that's off the first album as well. There's me, once again, singing on the podcast. No one asked me to.
What they've all really tuned in for.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so like UK, I mean, always putting out great bands. We could vamp on that for a million years.
Always. And
how it kind of pisses me off that I'm like, does the UK have better rock and roll bands than the US? I mean, I don't know.
Overall, yeah.
Probably, yeah. But we got Bob Dylan, mate.
We've got Simon and Garfunkel, mate.
We got Robert Johnson, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, but yeah, and like I feel like UK was killing it at the time. Like the Premier League was arguably like soccer wise. I'm a big soccer guy. So if you're a soccer gal,
number right here. Post the number.
I'm gonna put my phone number right here for everyone to fuck with me. And leave me weird voicemails. Right, I hate your fucking accent, man. It's terrible.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of hate for this. I swear. This should just be called "How Horrible Are We at British Everything?"
Yeah. But I do know that because I'm a huge soccer fan, and like Premier League was at all-time high. They were winning Champions Leagues. Freaking, and with like the downturn of Oasis, you have all of these great bands who just, and like Blur, the downturn of popularity from them.
Blur rocks.
Like you have all of these great bands that take their place, and Arctic Monkeys was one of them. Just a couple kids from Sheffield. And I feel like when you look at all those early videos, I'm just like, damn, I want to be there in my little polo and jeans and a belt.
That's interesting that those rock bands were coming out at the same, almost the same time as the Strokes and Franz Ferdinand. They're like very similar. Those two and Arctic Monkeys are very similar in sound.
Yeah, I mean the Strokes beat the Monkeys by like at least 3 years.
Oh, that's probably Alex Turner's favorite band.
Yeah, right.
He just wanted to be one of the Strokes.
Right. Is This It? Came out in 2001, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, was that their first album?
Yeah, and then Room on Fire came out before the first Arctic Monkeys album too. Came out in 2003, 2004.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they had to be a huge inspiration.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you can't really tell in the sound, I don't think, too much, but...
Right, because they're... Right. It's not as... Their Arctic Monkeys aren't as, like, very simple in their riffs and stuff, and drums especially, too. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And the thing that you just told me about is that they blew up on MySpace and they didn't even know about what MySpace was, or they didn't even have MySpaces?
Yeah, they weren't even aware of what was going on, and as their shit was just blowing up, virally, you know?
Yeah.
Early internet era.
Right.
And, MySpace.
Okay.
People don't even name drop that anymore.
Okay, let's hear it. This is a big moment here. Who was your top 4 or your top 8 on MySpace? Think back.
Friends?
Yeah, your top 8. You don't remember that? What was your top 8?
It was probably like Josh.
Is this a bad idea? We're just about to list a bunch of people nobody else knows.
I don't really remember. What was your... Did you have a song on your MySpace?
Oh, yeah. Tons of songs. I was super into the emo scene stuff, though. It's probably had some Census Fail in there. Probably had this band, Heavy, Low, our hardcore band, the grindcore band.
Interesting name title.
Yeah, As Blood Runs Black, probably, some Under Oath.
Man, you were going through some dark shit during MySpace time.
Yeah, As Blood Runs Black was a fucking crazy band. Maybe some early Bring Me the Horizon, British band, also from the Midlands, from Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
And they're actually like really big. They're probably just as big as they were back then, which is kind of crazy because they changed their sound a lot, and now they make like kind of normal, heavier rock and roll.
Oh. more.
This isn't a Bring Me the Horizon podcast, though, is it?
Apparently, it is. Mike. I don't remember what my song was.
Come on.
I think it was like, well, because you put like a new one every week. I know I had the piano exit from Layla. This is such a slap.
I don't know that song.
It's in Goodfellas when they're showing all the bodies. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, okay.
That piano song.
Yeah.
Big Goodfellas fan.
That's
There
a
used to be
very...
Goodfellas poster right here, but...
That's a very odd song
I know.
to have on your MySpace page.
Well, it was an odd for, like a fourth grader's favorite movie to be Goodfellas, It's like...
You got to have MySpace in 4th grade? I had one in...
Fourth or
I think I
fifth?
made mine in 7th.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe... Oh, it's
So
definitely...
2007 for reference.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it was later then.
2006.
Yeah. That sounds more accurate,
Yeah.
actually.
I feel like that's when everyone got theirs, officially. For the most part.
That and then cell phones and...
Because I feel like it was all about flexing. Like, you're like, oh, look how cool my music is. And it's insane to me that I was putting stuff that was just like, bruh.
Yeah, right? People are, like, shying away from your page. Like, okay, I'm going to click on his page, but just to get to this other one.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do remember what my MySpace name was. Because it wasn't just my name. There was, like, a name. Like, I remember, like, you would change your name, at least my group of friends. Like, we would change our names to, like, as jokes or just something we thought was cool. And then in, like, parentheses, it would say your name.
Oh, yeah.
So it'd
It
be
would say
like-
your real name.
Yeah. So, like, my MySpace name was Punk Under Fire.
That's very, edgy. Under fire.
Um,
What fire were you under?
I
in
feel
sixth
like
grade?
it was kind of cool. I don't know about you. I feel like it holds up.
Maybe, all those years ago.
Yeah.
So,
I remember that was also my email address, and I hadn't gotten a new one when I was like a junior in high school, and we had to sign up for something for school. And my guidance counselor was like, it was something for college applications, and my guidance counselor was like, I mean, he was trying to sound cool. It's so funny. He was like, I mean, I dig that email. I think it's a cool name, But
Yeah,
maybe we
man.
should change it just for college apps.
look, I jive with it. It's these other guys that are like,
Yeah.
God. I've never met a cool, like, freaks and geeks guidance counselor in my life.
Oh, dude.
I wish.
Lacardi.
Was that who it was?
Yeah. That was,
Hey, if
that
you're
was his name.
listening,
Thanks, dude.
Adam
He was super
remembers
cool.
you.
Yeah. Wow, that was 10 years ago. Yikes.
You old as hell, boy. Me too.
Oh, I didn't
My birthday's
tell-
next month. I'll be 28.
August.
Yeah.
Wow. Mine's the month after, so.
Old as dust.
Yeah, right, bro. 28's the new 13.
Yeah. That's the way I live it, baby.
Yeah.
Cheeseburgers every day.
Yeah. Hashtag no Epstein.
Oh, yikes.
But yeah, that MySpace era was crazy, and a lot of bands blew up like that. Like, a lot of those scene emo bands blew up like that, and I guess Arctic Monkeys blew up like that. Like, MySpace was huge.
Right.
Like, it did as much for bands then as, like, Spotify playlists, official Spotify playlists, like Rap Caviar, etc. do
Right, 'cause
for
everyone
folks today.
had access to their MySpace. They could just go to it, because everyone had one. Go to their
Right.
page. Yeah.
Right.
That was wild.
And I think it was the last bastion of, like, free promotion, like real promotion, because everything on Spotify, like, in order to get on those playlists, you have to pay. You have to have, like, record companies do it
Yeah,
for you.
there weren't any. Were there ads in the early MySpace? I
No.
mean, where would they put them?
No.
Man, Tom
Yeah.
knew what he was doing back then.
Dude, Tom, shout out Tom. Let's get him on the pod. I wonder if he likes the Monkeys. I don't know.
Tom should be
Oh,
our
I think
first
one-
guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like Arctic Monkeys? He'd be like, I don't know who that is.
First guest, Tom from MySpace. Second guest, Alex Turner. That's how fast we move here, baby.
Yeah, if anybody has his number, they own us.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's crazy, man. That was the roots of the band, that was like my dream. Just like start a band MySpace page.
Right.
Um,
Dude, there was 18 songs on this CD. We know most of them from the first album, and then there's just these deep cuts.
right.
What were waving by to the train or bus? Oh my god, I listen to that all the time.
Yeah, oh,
I
yeah.
only discovered it like this year.
Yeah, one of the new ones that I discovered was the demo of Riot Van.
Yeah, that was great too. I almost like that one better, but
Yeah. And he's just all talking about like smoking weed and stealing someone's car and crashing.
yeah, stealing someone's cell phone,
Yeah.
which is amazing. That was a great demo.
Yeah. And I feel like the reason why I have so much admiration for early Arctic Monkeys, even though I'm a huge fan, like, till this day, even of their later stuff and whatnot, obviously, is just, I just wish I was like, damn, that must have been so much fun for them, you know?
Oh my god.
Unless, I guess looking back now, the bassist that left the band, what's the dude's name again? Andy Nicholson?
Andy Nicholson.
Yeah.
One of the original 3.
Yeah, that's a kind of a weird thing, right? Like, I wonder what was up with him, like, what was up with that and him leaving. Because they were all already successful. They came out with this huge
I think
record.
that's what it was. Is like
He just didn't want.
The success gets to these people sometimes. I mean, it happened to tons of, like, the bassist from the Beatles, Stuart Sutcliffe, ended up becoming a painter or something.
Really?
He just moved away. He's like, no, I'm going to go. You guys go and play your drums or whatever. And then they, became the Beatles. It was over.
I feel like most of them don't regret it, though. Because they were just like this. I feel like they're probably just like, it's. Well, you would never back out, though.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I feel like most of them
their-
are like, this just isn't for me, you know?
Right. And they got their, mindset on other things. But I mean, damn. Wonder if they still keep in touch with that guy.
Yeah. Also, can we talk about how insane it is for a band to their first thing they ever release is 18 tracks long? That is insane.
Right.
And within a year
For
of
like
them
a garage
practicing for the
rock
first-
band, they can just lay down songs that easily. I mean, it's insane. And they're all so good.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, legitimately. And it's just crazy to think, like, okay, so we played in a band for, like, what, 4 years? 5 years, maybe? And we, like, did some big shows and stuff. We'll go into that later, I guess, but...
Whole episode.
Yeah, whole episode just about us playing in the band. And, like, we played some good shows and, like, went on a little tour, stuff like that. But that whole time of us being a band, I guess we weren't together all the time because of college and stuff.
And it was more of like a fun thing. At the end of
Right.
the day, it was just for fun. These guys started out probably a little bit as fun, and then right away we're just like getting to work at it. Like it was our job.
But that being said, I mean, how many songs did we write that whole time?
Well, like we wrote like 10, and then we used. There was. What was it?
So there's 4 on each EP, right?
No, there was 5 on one and 4 on the second one.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
So about 10 songs.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they did 18, and they're all bangers. You
Yeah.
know? Some of ours, take it or leave it.
Right, yeah,
But-
yeah.
I don't know.
I
man.
mean, total, there's probably like 14 or 15 that we wrote, but those last 5 are probably all ass.
Yeah, well, think about it. Like some people are just born to be rock stars, just
And
naturally.
everything works out.
They in a day they probably wrote just however many songs.
Like, I bet you, in order to get people to their shows, originally, they were just like, oh, who's this band? And then they're just like, oh, they just talk about, getting your heart broken and lads going out for a drink in Sheffield. And then everyone was just
Lining
like,
up.
sign me up.
Yeah.
I want to listen to that band.
Yeah, it's talking about that stuff, and it's just like crazy awesome music.
Fast, upbeat, and fun.
Yeah, like punk and
Yeah.
Man.
I think one of the things that a lot of people criticize the Arctic Monkeys of is that they lost a lot of that, I feel like, over the years. Like, they're not, like, fast and fun anymore.
They're not young lads anymore. They're not spring chickens. You
Right.
know? But-
Yeah.
But they don't even play like their some of those songs at full speed anymore when they're live.
Right.
But
But also, it's sometimes annoying when Alex does this thing where he's like, and it doesn't matter how I sing in this cadence.
oh yeah, right.
When he's like, what's a good example? He was like, give me a song.
Do I want to know?
Newer,
Oh.
older.
Newer or old?
Older.
Oh,
Because it's the older ones that he's like changing and doing in this like new cadence way that he does.
right.
So he's like, here we go. I'll do like I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor. It's like, I bet you look good on the dance floor. Right, that's how it goes now.
Yeah.
But he would be like, I bet you look good on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Dance floor.
Yeah, it changes it up strangely sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, that's a terrible example. He wouldn't do that, but the real fans know what I'm talking about. Pound it.
There's been obviously been a change in his vocals.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've never been against it, except I don't know. We're not crazy about Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino.
Absolutely not, and I don't think we're weird for that. If you know what, if someone thinks they can effectively argue that album is good and among the cream of the crop of theirs, we will have you on the podcast 1,000%.
Yeah, I'm open.
Good luck.
I'm open to discussing it.
Good luck.
You know.
Yeah.
Because they just slap the Arctic Monkeys name on it, but it's like you
Right.
wouldn't have no idea that it's, anything related, besides maybe some of the crazy lyricism. But even then, it's off the rails in some parts.
Yeah. Let's get back to the beginnings, though. Let's talk about who the fuck
Our
are
Monkeys.
Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was like their first big thing until I heard of Beneath the Boardwalk. But there's also like I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor EP, which has Bigger Boys and Stolen Sweethearts on it.
Oh, that's the EP. That's the name of that EP.
I believe so, yeah, because it has the woman, like the cashier.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah, I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor.
Well, I think Who the Fuck Are Arctic Monkeys came out right after their first album, Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. And it was like these...
Really?
Yeah. It was like they released it right away. There was only 4 songs on it. I'm pretty sure it came out. And then they have the one song on it, Who the Fuck Are Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, and then it's Who the Fuck Are Arctic Monkeys. It's Cigarette Smoker Fiona.
Yeah.
It's No Buses.
I
And Despair in the Departure Lounge.
No, these are two... Some of those are from... These are 2 different things.
Look it up, bro.
Alright.
Look it up!
Who the... Okay. Who the Fuck Are Arctic Monkeys is View from the Afternoon, Cigarette Smoker. Oh, yeah. Despair and Depart... Oh, my God. Wow. Despair in the Departure Lounge and No Buses are in the same...
I got it all right. Who's the bigger fan here?
Bro. We'll see.
The guy in the Arctic Monkey shirt
who's
or
got
the
the
guy
shirt on?
getting everything right?
It's easy when you go Wikipedia. Like, wait, then...
So it had to have come out before the record because View from the Afternoon wouldn't have been on there.
That was on... Hold on.
That was on the first record. Just look at the date. Look at the date. Whoever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. When did it come out?
Okay.
Click on the album.
Yeah, Whatever People Say came out February 2006. Who the Fuck Are Arctic Monkeys came out April 2006.
That's
a couple
weird.
months afterwards.
That's weird.
Isn't that nuts? I don't know, because maybe they're... I think those songs they released were the album was already so long that they couldn't have those other 4 on.
And once again, absolutely insane because how are they putting out writing so many songs? They must have just been...
They're geniuses.
Obsessed, yeah. It's so amazing. Like,
Well,
the get-go, this band is clearly something that, like, is not like other bands. Like, there's something great about them from the get-go. And I think, like,
they
that's,
took
like...
off like that.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things. Like, it wasn't just, like, they caught wind of something, and it wasn't just, like, a scene. Like, they just rode the wave of a certain scene that was already existing.
No.
Like, it's just...
stuck out and just spread.
Because there's something special about them, and it's so clear from their work.
Yeah. They've gone on to they topped the charts ever since.
Like, and it's not even like a Beatles thing where there's a podcast about it where like so many things went right for the Beatles to become the biggest band in the world.
Right.
You know? But it's not even like a thing like that. It's genuinely that they're just like amazing. And they were already like amazing by the time they started.
Yeah. They had this huge following and they didn't even realize it was going on. Like it's insane.
Right.
That's
crazy.
Yeah, man. That's just how goddamn good they are.
What are the songs then on I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor? Look that up.
That's what I wanted to find.
I bet you look good on the dance floor is okay. Don't tell me what it is. I bet you I can get it right. You just pulled it up. I think you could go back, but
It's an EP, right?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't say it.
I won't.
Okay. I bet you I can get it.
Really? Good luck with this last one.
Okay. So how many are on there?
Well, there's
I'm not looking.
3 on the 10-inch and 2 on the 7-inch.
Okay. So 3
There's
and
3.
2. Okay. Okay. So I bet you look good on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Bigger Boys and Stolen Sweethearts. Chun-Li Flying Bird Kick.
Oh, you're one word off. Chun-Li's spinning bird
Spinning
kick.
Bird Kick. That counts.
And that's, you got him.
Really?
The other one is just the first 2. I can't believe you got the Chun-Li one. It's so
Dude,
great.
I'm telling you, dude, I have devoured these early EPs
Yeah.
because you know what it was, is back when I used to drive Uber, I would just put like Arctic Monkeys on shuffle and a song I'd never heard before came up and it was from one of their EPs. And then I scrolled down on Spotify and saw they have like 40, like not 40, but they have like 20 EPs.
Dude, their B-side stuff
And
is
filled with all these B-sides.
so some of their most golden material is on the B-sides.
Yeah.
Man.
So yeah.
And they play
that's how I
those
got
live
it.
a lot too.
And I think it was Bigger Boys and Stolen Sweethearts, and I remember it was the first one I heard. And I remember like looking through their albums, listening to all the albums for months afterwards, and I couldn't find it.
Wait, what were you looking for? Cigarette smoking?
No, Bigger Boys and Stolen Sweethearts.
Yeah.
And then also that happened to me with Temptation Greets You Like a
Naughty
Naughty
Friend.
Friend.
Yeah.
And I was like, why can't I find these songs?
And that's the Fluorescent Adolescent.
That's off of the Brian Storm
single.
EP.
Oh, it's Brian Storm.
Yeah.
That's another.
Yeah,
banger.
and then I found out that there's just so many.
Yeah.
Like there's another good one that I can't even think right now. It has like a telephone. It has a payphone on it, I think, and it goes boom boom. Open sesame, we've got places to go. We've got things to see. Something like that.
It's not ringing any bells.
Oh, I'll show you the song after. It's super good. I'll put the song title here.
Did you have the fact?
Oh,
True
I do
or
have the
false fact?
Yeah, okay, so let's get into that. So, every episode from here on out, I am going to be testing Boyne's knowledge, Matt's knowledge, aka Boyne, of Arctic Monkeys. And I found, where's it at? Where did I put it?
Is it in your
Oh, it's right
backpack?
here.
Oh.
So I found this little black book one day. When I was tripping on acid, I went next to this dark pub in Sheffield, and there was this glowing light, and I looked under the rubbish bin, and I found this little black book, and it said, the first page said, Arctic Monkeys facts for the #1 Arctic Monkey fan.
Right.
And I found it, and I wanted to share it with you today. So every episode, to get rid of that, I just imagine people just like, oh fuck, I'm gonna skip till he's done with the accent.
It's called a dizzy biscuit, no acid, mate.
Yeah. Fucking Mike. So I'm gonna be sharing a fact about the Arctic Monkeys with Matt, and he has to guess whether it's true or false. Okay?
Cierto
O falso.
or falso?
Yeah. So the first one. First Arctic Monkeys fact. This is episode 2, but first time we're doing this. Let's see, where did I put it? Okay, here it is. Okay. In the song Teddy Picker, off of Favorite Worst Nightmare, Alex Turner ends the song singing, "Who'd want to be man of the people, men of the people when there's people like you?" And he is talking about Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un. He's referencing Kim Jong-un in that song. Is it true?
King from fucking Korea, Kim Jong-un. Wait, what did you write there? What does it say? Just one word.
Um,
Don't share it if it's secret.
yeah, it's secret. It's actually in invisible ink. Only I can read it.
Oh, it's urine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at the end of Teddy Picker, he sings that line, "Who'd want to be man of the people? There's people like you." And he's referencing Kim Jong-un. True or false?
I'm going to say false.
I swear to God, this guy knows nothing about Arctic Monkeys. Anyway, I'm gonna find a new co-host, dude. You clearly don't know anything about them.
He's not talking about this. No way. You bastard.
Yeah, I thought about that in the shower this morning.
You had me going for it. You should have picked, like, somebody more, I don't know.
He's really talking about Boris Johnson in it.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know.
He wasn't even around.
Yeah, what the fuck was Boris Johnson doing in 07?
Coke.
Yeah, still, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Boris Johnson, but I feel like he's the kind of guy who rallies against drugs, but is secretly doing blow and strippers all the time. Am I right? If you're from the UK, let me know if I'm right about that. That's just a Yanks dumb. That's just the vibe I get from him from the videos he posts on Twitter.
He's wild looking. You know, I think his hair is what's crazy looking to me.
He reminds me of like the UK version of Chris Christie, or the UK version of that politician from Toronto who was doing blow off of like strippers.
He reminds me of that character that Martin Short used to play and wore glasses to interview people. Jiminy Glick.
Jimmy Glick.
That's what he reminds me of.
Yeah.
You were in that movie, and it was bad. Wasn't that his thing?
Yeah.
Man, that was a great character.
Yeah, my uncle references that a lot. He loved that show.
Jiminy Glick.
Yeah,
Such
he thinks it's so funny.
the most obscure reference ever.
Martin Short is a legend, I swear to God. He's
Oh, man, he's so good.
Yeah.
Guy needs more work.
Oh, definitely. Do you want to wrap this up? I think we're good.
Sure.
Well, let's do closing thoughts. Like, what else do you have anything else to say about like the beginning of the Arctic Monkeys and all that? I honestly feel like there's nothing else to say other than it was just like their talent, like, and it was just like their clear distinction of like not only their sound but of their talent level, and probably above, like head and shoulders above all the bands at their level at the time. Mm-hmm. That I feel like everyone grabbed on and was like, oh yeah, this band is gonna be the thing.
And they were young.
Yeah.
Like kids.
Yeah.
Just
like
blowing
teenagers, 18, 19.
But like the noise they were making was just so amazing.
Yeah, and it's not even like just musicianship. It's like songwriting skill and it's attitude.
Everything, yeah.
Attitude as well.
Too, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. They just got it going on.
Right?
Yeah.
The crazy thing is that even though they rose to all this fame and they have a #1 record, the first record when they're probably like 19, 20, and they don't blow up in the States and are hardly even recognized in the States until AM comes out. All of that stuff that we just said about like how awesome it was, how cool they were, and how well it worked early on, and all the B-sides and all that. And
almost 10 years later.
Yeah. And you don't hear about them till what, junior year of high school, sophomore year of high school?
Freshman year.
Freshman year of high school.
Was 2009.
2008, 2009.
Yeah.
Ish. And by then, Humbug was out. Or was about to be out. Yeah.
Well, people were doing the Pandora thing, you know.
Right.
And I'm sure I was on a Strokes Pandora and Arctic Monkeys was on there. But, you know, I put two and two together when I finally heard Fluorescent Adolescent. I was like, okay, best band of all time.
Yeah. Very special. It was a very cool time. Just what was going on and, like, all that. Like, in 05, 06, when the first record came out, I was in 5th, 6th grade. And, like, I think my favorite band at the time was probably... I was just about to get introduced to punk and, like, getting into scene music. But, like, I probably listened to Snoop Dogg and Green Day and Usher were, like, my top 3 listened to artists at that time.
Yeah, I was a big Weird Al guy. I had all Weird Al CDs at that time. If you asked me my favorite artist in, like, 2004, be like, Weird Al Yankovic. Yeah. Duh, you heard Eat It?
Arctic Monkeys. Who the fuck are Arctic Monkeys?
Yeah, give me Weird Al. That guy's the man.
Give me Weird Al. Yeah, I want to hear the white and nerdy parody for the 100th time
Did
this
Sam and I tell you that we wrote that song originally? Ask him, call him,
my
and
God.
ask him who came up with, well, okay, I'll give Al this. Our song was Being Nerdy. And look at me and we're being nerdy. It was just like, we were being nerds. And that song came out a year after that.
week. Crazy, dude.
Yeah. But I won't get into that.
Yeah. Okay, this has been favorite
Worst
podcast.
Cast. With your hosts, Matt and Adam.
Right. If you have any suggestions for the pod, or you want us to talk about something, or any ways we can improve upon our accents, anything like that, just comment or hit the DM. Thank you guys. This has been favorite was podcast.
Cheers.
Yeah, bro. Cheers on 3. 1, 2, cheers.
You don't do 3?
1, 2. All right. 1, 2, 3. Cheers.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Cheers.
Again. 1, 2, 3. Cheers.